Welcome to the APECS Podcast. This episode, we talk about trending stories like Oliver Anthony's new song that has resonated apparently with the entire world, sitting at number 1 on the iTunes charts. Talk about my new song coming out, about Boo Boo's psychotic break. We talk about tattoos, how short Alex is as usual, and the rest. Stay with us. Right.
So you said you're doing the remix with the Marine rapper on Friday?
Yeah, so me and the Marine rapper.
Cool.
I guess we'll officially start this episode. Yeah, did you hear his voice? Could you tell the difference between us?
Yeah.
Okay,
but, so how was he? Like, I mean, is he a cool dude?
How is he? Oh yeah,
is he a
cool
dude? So he's getting
he's out of Austin.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I drove over there. We did the video over there.
So I see that he's picking up some traction because he remade that Richmond out of Richmond.
North of Richmond. Have y'all heard that song?
No, Michael hasn't. That's why I was trying to say
Oh,
earlier.
yeah, we
Because
gotta show him
earlier
that,
today,
too.
he goes, we need to pick up, I'm not going to even say the fruit because I don't know why he asked me to bring a certain fruit to the show, but I said, no, I'm going to bring some fudge rounds. He goes, why? Those are good. And I was like, so you don't know the whole joke about the fudge rounds right now? And then he said he hadn't heard the song Rich Man from Richmond.
Dude, so literal, just blue collar worker. He had a few hundred subscribers on YouTube that he sang for and whatever. Just absolutely blew up like crazy. And when I say blew up, I've been, for reference,
because it hit the #1 song on the top either country or the top pop.
Right. So iTunes charts like the easiest, daily update, easiest to track. I've been on several iTunes charts before. For instance, the iTunes rock chart. Now there's the iTunes overall chart for the US and then genre specific. I've never been on the overall chart. That's super hard. Like, you literally have to be in the top couple hundred songs in all genres. I've been on the rock charts before. This guy not only took over the US's literally #1 spot for all genres, he is #1 in the world.
What?
Right now with that song. Hillbilly out and wherever he's from.
That kind of
with
acapella,
a microphone.
But the words.
That is not the definition of acapella. But yeah.
Hey, that's not acapella. Well,
No,
because he's
it's
playing
so
with an
good,
instrument,
man.
but it's so simple, so basic, so just like you feel like how much time did he took to write it or
Right.
put it together, but it's so catchy and that the whole
And he's turned
I'm
down.
5'3" and 300 pounds and why should I be supporting you to buy fudge rounds? That I can't stop singing that when I'm walking through Walmart or Sam's.
Bro, it's so good.
Michael, you gotta.
We'll have to show him that one too. But he has turned down an $8 million record deal already.
Oh, from Gucci Man. Like Gucci Man, who was a prominent rap artist, he wanted to sign his first country. So
he turned him down.
Gucci Man went on a barrage to get him. They're like, anybody knows this. I want to sign my first contract, my first country contract. I got millions to throw at him. So he turned it down. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. So just basic advice to anyone who's picking up traction on social media: don't sign with a record label anyway. They will screw you over. I want to assume the best of Gucci and all that, but probably he was going to get screwed over. He will be better off on his own, but I don't even think his decision was about that. He made a whole post about it, and he said, look, I'm a blue-collar guy, and I want to continue being that. I like my job, and
awesome.
I like my family, and nothing about me wants to have 17 tour buses and play stadium shows. It's not what I want to do. I want to keep making my YouTube videos and living my life. And he just wasn't about it, and you got to respect it. He knows what he wants, and money is not going to turn him away from that, whatever. So, but then he went on to say, part of the reason I started writing music is because I struggle. I have mental health issues. I have addictions I work through. And this is a coping mechanism for me. And for me to go and tour the world is not going to help any of those things. Music is therapy for me, and I'm going to keep doing it for that. And I hope it touches other people in the process. And it's not about the money. Now, I guarantee you he is going to make so much money off of the song. He finally got it on, music streaming platforms and all of that. So he will do well.
Everybody reposts. I mean, you even have, some podcasts, from Charlie Clark to Benny Johnson to Ben Shapiro. I mean, they're Candace
Candace Owens.
They're all reposting the song, and it's just being replayed and replayed. And it's not even a political song. It's just a song that just saying, hey, look.
Well, and I think that's why it got so big, because, you know, in country music especially, there's been a lot of controversial songs recently. But nothing about what he said was inherently political. He was just complaining about the fact that the average worker is getting taxed like crazy, and inflation is through the roof, and you can't you work all day just to feel like you got half of a paycheck, and you know, whatever. And it literally was just the embodiment of old country music, which was, he's just talking about life and his troubles and, you know, whatever. And so many people related to it, because that's 90% of the U.S., you know. And apparently the rest of the world too. So
I'm trying to find me a place where they have karaoke, so I want to sing it as a karaoke song, because I love karaoke. I'm gonna sing this song.
Well, I know we were going to open by showing you my song dropping, and I just gave like 10 minutes of a shout out to somebody else, but he did kill it.
Well, that goes correlated because Marine,
that's how it connected. So the Marine rapper who's doing this song with me,
which is awesome,
did a remix of that song. Yeah. And it totally blew up, and Ben Johnson and other people were sharing it around.
He added a verse to it, correct?
Yeah. He just sampled a portion of his voice, and then he rapped over an instrumental. Yeah. But similar concept, talking about day-to-day struggle, getting laid off from work, you know, whatever stuff he's experienced or whatever. And yeah, it just resonated with a lot of people. So his remix of it blew up. And so then it's the whole, you know, this is now more than country music. Now rappers are remixing it. Now, you know, it's crossed all cultural and genre barriers. And
my first thought was that because obviously we want to see you do good. It was crazy how the timeline of how this came out. The guy came out with a song. The Marine rapper jumped on it. He kind of got a big push. People started reposting his stuff, reposting his song, and now you're going to do a song with him. Because when
dropping
I first saw,
week after that video or whatever.
Because I didn't see Marine rapper repost, even though I follow him. I saw Benny Johnson, somebody who I follow on Instagram.
Oh, wow. So you didn't even see it from the source.
I was like, oh, crap. That's the guy that Jonathan is going to do a song with. He's getting that. So, I think
I was like, I'm next. I'm next.
No, I'm that guy that goes, I know him. Wait, not him. That one.
I know the guy who knows him.
Yeah. Because I will be driving. But I think that's a great opportunity because y'all both have a great positive perspective on what y'all are doing with y'all's music. I mean, it's things happen in certain ways, and I think that's a great opportunity because one, I didn't know he was from Austin. Two, I knew that you had made a song with him before, and then when he started coming up with it, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's a good thing. So
so this is
Jonathan's about to leave us probably like in the next few months. He's gonna be like, hey guys, my manager doesn't want me to talk to low-lifes. I mean, people who are not in the industry. And it's going to be me, you, and James, and everybody's going to be like this.
I'm his manager.
Michael's like, I told him not to talk to you. I'm sorry.
Did you sign him to a contract? Yeah, I got his paw print there.
What?
That's so weird. Okay, no, so story behind this song, because it will be out by the time this episode is out. Obviously, a lot of the music that I've done has been the cadences, so that's like the call and response thing that you see in marching formations or whatever in the Army. And one of those old traditional cadences is about Yogi Bear and Boo Boo Bear, and Boo Boo basically getting on like this psychotic break and just unaliving everybody. And so me and TMR decided
celebration of life.
Me and TMR decided to take that chorus, sample it, and add our own verses to it. This is an unfinished music video. There will be an official one out with animations on it and better coloring on the video and everything, but this is just a rough draft with no animations. So check it out.
I'm already on the verge of diabetes, and I don't want no trouble. Cause some honey with missing inside of the kitchen is quite a predicament.
So I'm very curious. I'm very, very, very curious. So it's like I have no idea the background of or backstory of the song, but it's so catchy. Like, so what is that from? What is
some soldier somewhere
that made it up,
and nobody knows who. Yeah,
really.
That's why I made sure to stick my name on Fallen Soldiers when it started to get around real early, you know. But that's how most of them go. I mean, there's a couple cadences out there that I won't record because they're actually copyrighted by somebody somewhere, you know.
So, and this wasn't?
But no, it's public domain. It's so just catchy. By default, nobody knows who wrote it.
It's like for me, I feel like Boo Boo, man, he just probably took so much stuff and he's like, man, tired of all this, but I'm about to handle it up. And then I think, oh man, Yogi Bear, because I mean I've watched the cartoon, obviously. I mean, obviously at my age.
You want to know something horribly embarrassing? I didn't even know who Yogi Bear was until I joined the army.
What?
I learned who Yogi Bear was through this cadence.
No way. Well, yeah, because when the cartoon, it was definitely in the early 80s, so I mean, I can understand that. Yeah,
I was on a TikTok live stream one time with all these people watching me. When somebody said Yogi Bear, I was like, I do not understand that cadence. Who the heck is Yogi Bear? And the entire live stream just roasted me. They were like,
I used to do you
not know who that is?
Yeah, I used to do a good he's Yogi Bear imitation. He's like, come on, Boo Boo, let's go. Because I used to watch it.
So, you know what's even worse is now I obviously have looked it up and I'm familiar with the cartoon. I still haven't watched it. So I don't know what his voice sounds like.
You got to watch it. Yeah, I basically just did. He's like, come on, Boo Boo, let's go.
I'm guessing Boo Boo sounds nothing like my impersonation of him in the song.
No, I know my voice is kind of high.
That was like a chopped up version.
Yeah.
So.
That was hard to watch.
You probably know Yogi Berra. Anybody remember Yogi Bear from the Yankees?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, there's connections to that. I mean,
I was inspired by him or something. I don't know. I went on a Wikipedia research.
Yeah, I think it's crazy.
One time.
The what?
I don't know.
Wikipedia.
The wiki.
Wikipedia.
Wick? Is it a Wicca or a wiki?
Wikipedia.
What am I saying?
Wiki. You say Wikipedia.
Wiki, like wiki squeaky.
Yeah.
It's Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Is it really?
No,
it's a Wikipedia.
He's just trying to make it a little bit more manly. He goes, Wicca. Say, man, it's Wikipedia. Remember, he has like the deepest voice out of all of us. Wikipedia. Yeah. But no, we're looking forward to having that drop on Friday. That's pretty cool.
No.
Yeah, no, no, you're not looking forward for it to drop on Friday?
Yeah, I am.
Know that you have the deepest voice here.
I don't.
When you don't sound like this in real life.
No, so for the animations on that video, one of the great things that come along with just having a following is when you message people, they message you back. And so that really, really does help when you're trying to build connection. I don't know anybody who does that kind of video animation, so I just looked up on TikTok video animator and saw all these guys and their projects and whatever, from 20 followers to tons of followers and whatever, and I just start messaging people who I like their work or whatever. And the person is Nesta Animations, who's gonna do this one. But as I'm describing it to him, he's like, bro, I'm really struggling to see what you're wanting to do with this, because I have a vision. I'm struggling to communicate it. So I was like, all right, just give me some time. I'll put something together for you. So I put that video together, and then using Adobe Premiere Elements, I took little pictures of Yogi and Boo Boo, and I made them hop across the screen, to show him where they were gonna be. Well, and I just wrote text like, Boo Boo shoots Yogi.
Quite honestly, I am a little offended. Actually, I'm actually, now that you've told this story, I'm highly offended. You know where I'm going with this. Yo, we could have totally rented a Boo Boo costume and a Yogi Bear costume. I totally would have dressed up like Boo Boo.
And if he would have done that, I would have been Yogi.
For sure.
We're going to do it.
Hey, I actually say right now.
We'll do it for a TikTok promo.
I would definitely say.
I will buy the costume.
Because I know for a fact you can get the costume. I will dress up like Boo Boo the Bear.
I am now shopping on Amazon.
And you got to let me attack Yogi Bear from behind for sure. I am down 0-4 in my victories against this man. I need to win on something.
They don't have it on Amazon, but they'll have it somewhere.
No, for sure. I mean, they have that. It's a national recognized world cartoon.
He saw it at Baby Gap when he was shopping.
I will buy it, and I will totally. Do they have it? I'll wear it. I don't care.
Dude, we should do a show with it.
Bro,
Yeah.
We got to.
Hey, I will totally be down for it. If I've ever had any kind of self-doubt about why I wasn't at least 6
I'm gonna go show my kids the show now. I got to.
I was like,
Oh
I
my
would
gosh.
definitely dress up like Boo Boo the Bear.
Oh,
And
man.
then, let me see. Oh, I'm totally wearing that. I'm gonna jump on the back of Michael's back
Oh
and I'm
my
gonna
gosh.
choke him out.
That is awesome.
So, hey, go ahead and call whoever contacting, but hey, appreciate you guys' time, but I think I'm gonna go in a different direction. I'm gonna use live actors.
Hey, can you pull up my Instagram? Because I want to show you guys the cover art for this.
Oh, I saw that. No, I really like that.
This is awesome.
I could totally dress up like the Boo Boo on that one because he's wearing all black.
Yeah.
I could totally.
Because he's dressed like me.
Yeah, that's my daily outfit. I'll say we can definitely do that.
Okay, so it's going to be the post with TMR right there. Okay, so
Oh,
he
And
has to
I'm-
log into
and-
Instagram.
and I mean, no kidding. Like, Michael looks like Yogi Bear.
Bro.
Like, no, it's just he's tall. He's kind of lanky. He's kind of goofy. It's just it all goes with it. Boo Boo is short, stocky, swole, and angry.
So
That's usually me.
I was
So-
talking to TMR about the cover art, and he said, hey, if you want like a cartoonish cover art, I can have my artist do it. I was like, yeah, they go by niche. They're really, really good. But I was like, dude, if he can turn me into Boo Boo, I am so down. He was like, okay, I got you. Blue eyes and everything.
Yeah.
So the idea was to make me Boo Boo and him Yogi for the cover art, but it turned out really good.
No,
I was happy with it.
Okay, well that makes more sense now. When I saw the photo, I was like, yeah, that looked good. It looked great. That's what I'm saying.
bro,
It would make it
yeah.
even funnier with us.
When he sent it to me, I was like, oh man, this is too good.
I think
That's it.
Scroll down. It'll be a picture of me and him. And then you slide. What? Oh, you're just on the homepage. APECS Podcast follows me?
What?
I'm honored. Okay, yeah, so throw this over there. So I post this picture of me and TMR back to back. Well, not back to back, but next to each other, right? And then the cover art picture of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's
That's actually
freaking
really
fabulous.
funny. That's
Freaking
really
awesome.
funny.
I'm gonna put my face on this guy. And I'm gonna put your face on this guy.
I'll tell you, I think it'll be. I mean, that is a really good artwork right there.
Yeah,
that is very.
I was so happy.
Cassie is that's good. They did a good job on that.
Well, and me and TMR both showed up to that video shoot wearing the exact same camo hat too. Totally by accident.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So it matches our cover art.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, I'm excited. My biggest song prior to this, my biggest song at first was Fallen Soldiers. That eventually got taken over by I Left My Home.
Yeah.
And I Left My Home was biggest on all platforms. Still my biggest YouTube video. But then recently, the Yogi Bear Cadence, not even the remix yet because it hasn't dropped, just my voice, a cappella, the Yogi Bear Cadence, blew up and has now overtaken every other song I've ever put out. Fallen Soldiers was like we're standing on the shoulders of giants, men and women who have given their life. I poured my heart into that song. I Left My Home is just a
Left your wife at home.
time-tested
and you're
cadence
giving-
that men and women for decades have like poured their heart and soul out to in marches. And the song that blows up the most is Boo Boo's Psychotic
Man,
Yogi Bear.
Better watch out for us short people, man. We're getting tired of Napoleon. Try to do
little
something.
ones
he
you gotta
couldn't do
watch
it.
out for.
It's the-
Guess what? Napoleon got defeated.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Napoleon, Hitler. He was pretty short. He was like 5'4". Yes, he was.
You're thinking of Charlie Chaplin, bro.
What army did Charlie Chaplin?
5'9".
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man,
Hey,
if he
much
was
more
just
respect.
an inch shorter,
You can't do that.
we
I
would get
didn't do-
deplatformed.
I didn't do this. I went like this. I didn't do this.
I didn't do this.
I could do this. No. Yeah.
We are about to
Anyways.
get deleted
So,
from the internet.
anyways.
Speaking of, you can be replaced, right?
Yeah.
The new technology in the gym,
Yeah.
aren't you going to be replaced?
Yeah. Robot. I like how you transition and get me wiped out.
Oh, we got to show him the
Well,
Oliver Anthony song
yeah.
too. We can't forget that.
The which one?
The Oliver Anthony. It's Richmond.
Oh yeah, we can see that
Richmond,
because
North.
we completely we were
Continue. Okay, stop. Go. Tell me.
Richmond, north of Richmond.
we might as well finish off with that. We got to talk about next week
Richmond,
of
north
Richmond,
of
North
Richmond.
Richmond. We got to talk about
AKA
me being replaced
Washington,
next
DC.
week. We got about 10 minutes left in the show. We got to finish off with this
10
one.
minutes. We have only talked about Yogi Bear this
I know
entire
for
time.
literally almost an hour.
Okay, no. Okay,
I know.
this is the
you
song.
Look at James' hands. He's
This
like,
is the song that took the world by storm, soon to be replaced by Yogi Bear is Dead.
Everybody ready? Can I sing along to it?
No,
Dang it!
absolutely not.
Man, it's
Oh,
so
this is gonna
good.
lag too. I hate that this video lags.
Oh, it's
But here
so
we go.
Good.
The song is more important than the video.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true. But it is, all it is, living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows it all, just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men, 'cause the rich men. I wish politicians look out for miners, and not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the old beast milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is, all it is, living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men know the Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men know the rich men. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bull pay.
They should
Number
make it
one
the
song in the
national
world.
anthem. Yeah, they should make it the national anthem.
I think the people who make
5'3".
decisions on the national anthem are Richmond, north of Richmond. So I don't know.
We must make a change. 5'3". Take my taxes to bring for your fudge rounds. Oh, we are not editing that out. You hear me? That was live, and that was like in slow motion. I've never seen anybody spit up their drink in slow motion.
Alex tried to catch it.
I did. I don't know what I was reaching for, because my hand, it was in such slow motion that I don't even think he knew what was going on. It's like he had a quick seizure while he was swallowing it. I don't know what happened.
Your singing is so bad, bro.
Oh, look, it's over here. That's disgusting.
It's all over my computer, bro. It got all over Jonathan.
It better not have landed inside my cup. Hey, that's when you know you're a C4 fiend. Boo boo ain't got no shame. Boo boo ain't got no shame.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
All right.
it came out like so slow and it just went everywhere. I was like,
feel like it was slow.
I don't know what I grabbed for. I went like this, like I was gonna catch it for you and put it back.
That's my last sip too. I'm out.
Oh man, it's always the last sip is the best one too.
Oh,
He
my
just
goodness.
wasted that.
You just got a little swig.
Sorry, man.
I was sharing.
Good grief.
My bad, man.
That was good.
No, but that song. So, I've spent a lot of time because obviously I am in the music industry,
Oh.
and I'm
He's
like
in the spitting industry.
such a simple song, from like in his own words on his Facebook post, he's like, I don't have a good voice, and I'm not even a particularly good person. He's like, I struggle with all the stuff everybody else does. I still don't understand why this blew up. And that's from him. And I'm not even saying that. I think his voice is great. But how does such a simple song take over the world? And I think that it's hard to explain, but when there is like true, real, raw emotion behind music, it's just written different. You know what I mean? Like, so...
Like, try that in a small town.
Try that in a small town.
I'm trying to think. So, like, Fallen Soldiers is my biggest original that I've ever had, as opposed to, like, Cadence covers or whatever. And I'm trying to put myself back when I wrote it. I was on a bus on the way back from a training, about to be able to go home. This was on Veterans Day weekend in November. I'm about to go home, and they do like this safety brief before you're able to go out anywhere. And I had just gone through this safety brief where they're telling you you're about to have a weekend, you know, don't do stupid stuff and whatever. That's like every safety brief ever. And one of the things that was said was, I need y'all to understand, Veterans Day weekend is this weekend. This is not celebrating you, you know, this is celebrating people who have served. And the guy pulls out a newspaper article and he reads about his friend who he lost overseas, and he reads his story. An engineer, he was operating a bulldozer trying to reinforce their fob or whatever when they get attacked. And in a last-ditch effort to save his friends, he literally bulldozes down the enemy right into them and is taking shots from all sides, eventually has to dismount and ends up getting shot and killed on the ground. And he tells this whole story to say, I need y'all to understand, you're all about to go home, you know, and you're going to go to your units, and then you're going to get into the mundane or whatever. Don't forget why you did this. Don't forget your why. And don't forget that you are standing on the shoulders of giants. And that's the first time I heard that phrase. And so later that day, after a long day of training and whatever, we're on the bus back, and in about 5 minutes, I pulled out my notepad and I wrote the entire song, Fallen Soldiers, because that concept was fresh on my mind, you know. It was a lot more raw. And so that's what I see in some of these songs as they come. Now, there's the, like, songs that sound like they were AI generated specifically to be, like, radio hits or TikTok sounds or whatever. But occasionally you get these types of songs that when it really, really just flows out of a person from just raw emotion, it just hits a different way.
You know what song? I mean, it was actually surprising before Meyer. That song, Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. like those kind of songs, it's very kind of monotone, very kind of basic and simple, but the message that it carries with it, it just like it can last. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's one of the best songs. Like your song "Fallen Soldier," which is it's emotional. It makes you think about things, even if you're not in the military or you would have gone to the military. That's why I looked at it. I mean, you hear it and you're like, okay, that's a different sound, to where hopefully 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years from now, people are like, man, that hits a spot. Because not all songs
Right.
we all jam to songs all day, but there's a few.
We jammed to most of your songs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I need a compilation of songs that we actually want to listen to or continue with. But for this one,
gym music is such an important part of lifting, like getting the right songs to get you motivated. And Alex owns a gym, and he has not figured that out.
horrible.
Worst
13
DJ
years
ever.
13 years later, I've watched videos. I've tried to download. Yeah, I can take my loss. I can take my loss on that. I am
Another loss.
Yeah, another loss. That's 5 losses. But once I dress up in Boo Boo, it's all over with. I might have my boombox with all my favorite songs. But
He just did that so he can flex.
Yeah, that's the song that I'm gonna do. But
Imagine having your own logo tattooed on your body.
Rip.
hey, you need to get a Boo Boo tattoo. Then you for sure need to get a Boo Boo tattoo, and you need to get one as Yogi Bear but laying down.
So if my music career ever just ends, which odds are it will at some point, when it just totally ends, I will have to get some memorialized
Boo Boo,
version on my body in tattoo form, but I haven't decided what that would be yet.
Boo Boo. I mean,
We've heard your vote.
Else, yeah.
It's like,
I'm
I'm not getting like the TikTok logo on my body or anything
I
like
like
that.
your Battle Cry song. I like your Battle Cry song. The logo on that would be a nice tattoo. But we're trying to make it more lighthearted right now.
Well, and I
do
got
Boo Boo.
I
You
have,
get
I have
TMR.
my cross already.
Yeah.
TMR on your body.
Just the blazer.
No,
the
that
outline of his
actual
blazer.
the cartoon picture of both of y'all, that would actually be pretty cool on your back, just huge on your back.
Like a mural.
Yeah.
Inside of you are 2 bears.
Yeah, you should do like a mural with like all the songs you've come out with
That'd
on
actually be a good
on
idea.
a huge mural on your back.
That'd be pretty good. I mean, it only take about.
If I
18
ever opened
hours.
up like a big music studio, I could do something like that on the wall for sure.
No.
Just know the bigger you
Never
get,
would I put that on my
just know the bigger you get, the bigger the tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
the murals like from my neck to my ankles.
What was
Yeah.
what was your first tattoo?
Horrible. I'm not
Oh,
even gonna
that's-
show it. Yeah. Anyway, so
You still
what was
have
your
it?
first? Yeah. I was
You're
16.
showing us after the show.
I was 16 years old, and luckily I went to a studio. And
Pretty sure that's illegal.
yeah, definitely. When the guy was like, "You 18, man?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, sign this." And then when they're doing the tattoo, I ended up not having enough money for the full tattoo.
What do you pay for? Well, as he inks, you pay as you go.
Yeah, at that time.
And then you
yes.
ran out of money like halfway through.
I go, "Yo, man,
You're like,
No, I go, "Yo, man." No. He started. I go, "Yo, man." I go, "Yo, man. By the way, how much
that
is
part
this?"
looks good.
Yeah.
No, I just said, "Yo, man, by the way, how much is it going to cost?" He goes, da, 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 and I go, "I don't have that." The
He's
ink
like,
machine stopped. And ever since then, I've been known as Big Al. Wait, where's it at? This side? Where's my Big Al at? Oh, yeah. It was supposed to be Big Alex.
No way. You're joking.
It was going to be Big Alex. I was a freshman, and I was probably about 200, 220
You were a freshman
pounds.
at 16?
Huh? 16, 17, yeah.
Or
'Cause
17.
Well, I graduated
You're like
in 8th
three-
grade
3
at
years
16.
behind?
No. I was a freshman at 17. Oh, crap, no. Oh, wow, I was way younger then. Oh, my God.
Wait, but you were a freshman? This happened as a freshman.
You're 14 at a freshman.
Oh. Hey, I don't care.
This
Screaming
dude
Demons on
tattooed-
Westheimer. They took me.
You are red, bro.
There-
Big Al.
Hey.
Bringing it to you live
No
on
wonder-
APECS Podcast.
No wonder my mom beat the living crap out of me. Well, yeah,
Big
because I
Al.
wasn't
Big
driving.
Al.
My friend drove me. We were on our way home. He was a junior. I used to catch a ride with him. Oh, yeah, I was a freshman. And I graduated 8th grade when I was 16. I got into high school when I was right at 16, turning 17. And it was like a month or two after my freshman year. But I didn't show my mom until I was like 17. But, yeah, so.
So you were 16, 17 going 9th grade.
Yeah. What? No. I was 15 as the 8th grader, so. Well, no. I graduated high school from 17. Oh my God, I was like 14. Hey,
That's what we just said.
Johnny Lawson, that was my boy in my junior year. If you're watching this, you ever follow me? You're wrong, man. You should have took me there.
You took me
wow.
there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, anyways, but it was
That was
my
your first
freshman
tattoo?
year. Yeah. It was supposed to be Big Alex, but
You ran
he
out
was
of
doing
money.
it, and then I go, "How much does it cost?" He was like, $85.
You,
And I said, I only have 30.
that got you 30?
I forget that you were
30.
14 back in like 1872 because I was gonna say who goes to a tattoo appointment without $85?
What? I mean,
What were you
tattoos back
expecting
then-
it to be?
Well, I had
Why'd you just Venmo him?
What? We didn't have Venmo. I had $35.
Why didn't you put it on credit?
Yeah, I didn't even know credit card. What? I was like, what? Yeah, this is horrible. Yeah, it was bad, man.
So why didn't you ever fix it? Do you have $85 now?
I'm not gonna spend $85 to fix it. No, I watch money. I'm not cheap.
So
I'd
this
rather
whole
spend on
time
something.
at the gym when we said Big Al this, Big Al that, it was really you? Or there was another Big Al?
No, the real Big Al was at the gym.
Yeah,
the
he-
other guy, the real Big Al.
That's the real Big Al.
So,
So
you're
I
the
was-
fake.
He got
Al.
he got another man's name
tattooed on it.
his
Well, that was a joke when he first started because people started calling him Big Al. So I told him, I said, you know, people are going to think that I got your name tattooed on my arm. And I showed him. He almost spit like you did. He goes, I've only seen that in prison movies. And I was like, whoa, time out. I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, well, you know, so you have my name tattooed on your. He goes, I've been called Big Al my whole life because I've looked like this my whole life. I was like, you're more understanding. I just didn't have enough money to finish. And my real name is Alejandro. That sucker would have been down to here. That would have been like $100. I didn't have that.
So that's why Big Al, at $30, it only stopped there.
Yeah.
85 had a lot
horrible.
more letters to go.
And I mean, the fading was bad. It was a horrible piece of job, but
Horrible.
horrible. But yeah.
I love that he just stopped right there, put it down. All of my tattoos were like really highly thought out in advance. So my first one I got when I was
None of us are like John.
19, but I think I was planning it from the time I was 17. This one I planned and was like drawing up for like a year. Trying to think of what else. Yeah, this one too. What else do I have? That one and this one are in honor of people, so that was maybe not as planned out, but you know, there was purpose behind it. I'm just not. I have a friend who went and said, "What tattoo can you give me?" They said, "I'll do a paper airplane for free." And he said, "Cool." He has a paper airplane on his arm.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
I have
I'm not gonna do that.
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything? Oh, we need to do a live broadcast. If you get your first tattoo, we need to come up with something for you. Are you never interested in it? Never cared? You don't want to do the pain, or you don't know what to do? What is it like?
I mean, I've been interested in it. It's just something I never did. I mean, I don't think it's wrong. I don't think I have to do it either. You know,
Right.
there were some things that I was like, I had a buddy in high school who got one on his side, and it had, if you read it one way, it said faith, and if you looked at it in a different way, it said hope.
Yeah.
And I thought those kinds of things were cool. And if I ever got one, I'd get something like.
You got to get your daughter's like footprint. I think those are awesome.
No, I wouldn't do that.
What?
My
What's
daughter's
wrong?
foot is. I mean, she's huge.
No.
I mean,
Talking about is a baby's feet. Like people, they
but I
do
don't have
like
it
their-
anymore. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Just make up a foot now?
They don't do like foot marks or.
We didn't.
Prints?
So now that we've not done that, how do I get her foot as a baby?
She
don't
could
have
be
it on the birth
18
certificate or
size.
something?
They
Yeah,
don't-
the birth
They
certificate.
don't
they
put it on the
didn't.
birth certificate. They don't do that.
What?
They do it with my kids.
Is it on yours? Oh, you were born in Germany.
You don't have a birth certificate.
You weren't born.
No. What?
I wish the
No,
the
one-
cameras
one-
could see him right now.
They're about to. One tattoo I thought would be cool to get is like the country of Germany with like the Texas flag in it. You know, that'd be kind of cool. Something like that.
Means something to you.
Yeah. Or like German manufactured but Texas raised or something like that. I don't know.
No, I mean, so most, can I say most? Yeah, most of my tattoos are, you know, Christianity based or whatever. And I have a couple more on the way that are going to be geared that way. But it's like, obviously, I'm not going to put something on my body that I don't seriously believe in and care about. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that, but I'm just not all about the paper airplane tattoos personally.
I would do something that is meaningful to me. You know, I come in Germany, they're all about their culture, their country, and things like that. And that's an element that I want to hold on to and want to keep. That's part of the reason why I haven't become an American citizen, is just because that's the one thing that really tells me I'm German. My last name, my what do you call it, accent. I don't speak the language. All that's changed. All that's changed, you know. And I've been here for most of my life, so I'm basically American, just without the documents, you know. And so that would be one thing that I think would be cool to have is that. But
he is legal.
I do have my papers. So, but I'm in the process of actually getting my citizenship and getting that stuff taken care of, taking donations.
See, that would be, I have seen people with like whole American flags, like, you know, draped around their arm and all kinds of stuff, and to me that's a little bit extra. But that's like a special story. It's something different. Yeah. The main thing is I don't want to do the thing that everybody does. I want it to be something special to me. Now, okay, I do have one confession. I have one cringy tattoo, and it's my unit patch from the Army on my chest. Normal people, what? My unit patch, like what's on my shoulder.
Were you ever in a unit? I don't think you made it that far.
marking myself as part of the blank engineer company. It's that logo or whatever I have on my chest.
For
and
real?
It's because I told myself at the beginning that each, really battalion or whatever that I'm a part of, I want to somehow incorporate it, and that was going to be my one thing that I did that's Army related, and I wasn't going to do anything else. So, yeah, it's a little bit cringy, but I do know people with, like, the Soldier's Creed across their chest and stuff, so at least I'm not that bad. But to normal people, they're like, of course. To people in the military.
Sorry, you're going to get a tattoo?
You're going to watch the show. I'm going to get an APECS one.
I know a place. It's really cheap, but you have to make sure you have all the money.
But you have to be 14 years old.
Was the pain? Obviously, did it bother you, or were you surprised?
Well, it depends on which one. The one on my shoulder, I barely felt. It was just kind of like annoying, constantly like jabbing or whatever. Let's see. Bicep was rough when it got close to the armpit.
I didn't realize you do have a lot of tattoos, man.
I think I'm up to 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah, you're tatted up, man.
The chest didn't hurt as much. The tricep was, again, rough close to the armpit, rough close to the elbow. This one was, I'd say the worst was close to the wrist, but the rest was fine. Calf, I didn't really feel.
I didn't realize.
Just depends on the location.
I think what surprises me the most, now that I'm actually realizing you have that many tattoos, that goes to prove that you can't judge somebody's character by their tattoos. Like, I didn't realize you had that many tattoos.
I have really good tattoos, though.
Yeah. No, but
are you saying my tattoos are bad?
No. What I'm saying is that I'm surprised. You know how they say that people with tattoos, it was kind of like a taboo or something. I didn't realize you had that many tattoos. But no, I mean, they mean something. They show something. So mine, it was a hit or miss. Like, I think during my time growing up, for sure, because I got another one on this arm that I completely messed up also. But I think it was me going based on what, like, TV, not social media. We didn't have social media at that time. That was big. But now it's like, if you can have some meaning about them, I mean, they're works of art. They're pretty cool.
Well, so I found it interesting. Obviously, I didn't know any of this before I got tattoos, but I saw a video recently from Jordan Peterson where he was, obviously he's a clinical psychologist, so he was talking about how people with tattoos on average are highly creative compared to people without tattoos, just as a general rule. And it's typically just
I'm way more creative than you are.
What?
So
different brains, but they're more likely to be artists or musicians or any of those sorts of things. and it's a self-expression thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But then on the contrary,
Big Al.
I know a bunch of people in the military that have tattoos all over them who are just totally not artistic people at all.
I think
So
it could
you
become
can say it
obnoxious.
on the average, you know.
Yeah, because most times somebody will go into a tattoo artist and say, "This is what I'm thinking," and they will take the artistic side of it and then create something that's good.
Right.
Unless,
Oh, man,
or
bro,
if you take
this one-
something in.
This one was literally like, so if the camera can see, there's like hills and valleys and whatever behind this timeline. So I literally just wrote out this timeline, or I drew a line. I like scribbled, and I was like Hebrew here, and then I wrote dates above it, and then I drew a squiggly line, and I was like, that's hills and valleys. So I gave it to him, and he came back with this drawing. I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I want.
I do got a question. At that time, when did you get that tattoo? 11.
2 years ago?
So you weren't making music and stuff like that time, right? So,
Well, I was.
but it wasn't
living.
something that you were doing, for a living. So, what did you feel of kind of what people would speak against about people who display tattoos on their arms or their necks? That's one of the reasons why I always got tattoos that were covered by sleeves, because I guess during the time where I guess you can say getting tattoos, they're like, if people saw them, like, ugh, nasty, has a tattoo. But I think nowadays it's way more accepting. I think way
it
more
just
people
depends
have
on
it,
your
so-
career field. So prior to doing
But
music,
what made you think about that part of your arm where it's so?
well,
you
so
know,
I started with stuff that could be easily covered. But prior to music, I had two career paths that I was doing at the same time: military and construction. And those are the two career fields where literally nobody cares if you have tattoos. And so I remember talking to my boss at one point at the construction company I was working at, and he's like, hey, when you getting your next tattoo? Like, he was asking me. And I told him kind of what I was thinking. He's like, oh, when you do it, show me, whatever. So whenever I got it, he came to the office. I was like, all right, I got my tattoo. And he was looking at, oh, that's so cool. What else do you want to get? Whatever. It's more normal in that career field versus if I was an accountant or whatever. You know, it just, yeah.
You deal with a lot of
Circumstantial.
customers and stuff. Would you feel comfortable having something very visible? Like, what you personally? I mean, there's not a right or wrong answer, but like, what do you?
I recognize that it's opinion based,
Yeah.
but you're asking me my opinion on what if I was like. I don't feel like I need to have a tattoo. I think tattoos interest me. I have no problem with tattoos, but I'm probably not going to get one. So
Well, so me,
but my career, I don't
Like,
know.
If
I
you
mean,
deal with, because I mean, sometimes I know you guys deal with some churches and stuff like that. Like,
but there's churches that have pastors that have tattoos. I mean that I don't. The idea that if you have a tattoo you're a bad person, I think is going away
because
or
it
whatever.
used to be,
it
But
used
part
to
of-
be most people who had tattoos had been to prison. Like,
Right.
that was kind of the.
Yeah, that's kind of stigma
It
for
wasn't.
that.
It wasn't a mainstream
stigma. That's
thing.
the word I was saying. Not
Well,
taboo, stigma.
Well, and again, it depends on your clientele and whatever too,
Yeah.
potentially. But I showed up to a lot of jobs, and I never wore long sleeves, and it never was nobody cared because they're hiring somebody to do construction. You know, they're expecting.
But it's the same with like gauges and stuff like that. I mean, that's a prevalent thing right now where people are getting gauges, and I don't look at people for that. I want to know their work ethic. I want to know how they're going to work and operate.
If
Because
you're putting in a bathroom, I want to know that the bathroom is going to be functional and not
Yeah.
leak. And you know, I don't
Yeah.
care. Yeah. Now there
I
were
do think
certain job sites did have certain dress codes
yeah,
potentially.
that's together.
And so you come with long sleeves or whatever, but I don't know that was ever tattoo based. It was more, well, yeah, safety stuff and whatever, but I don't know.
I think you have to consider your appearance. I don't think you just let yourself whatever. I think you
I'm
have
not
to make
going to tattoo up my neck and face and, you know, whatever. Eventually it gets
Every
excessive.
child is scared of you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think you have to have some sort of professionalism in whatever career path you go in. I think your appearance matters. I think you have to be an intentional individual
agree.
with how you appear, and it's different for every workplace. But I don't think there's a definitive line saying if you work in this industry, you must look this way. Like that, I don't think that line
Unless
is
you're in
there.
the oil and gas. I've heard some stories about people in the oil and gas industry about tattoos and piercings and.
But that's a
But I mean,
cultural
like I
thing
said,
for
yeah.
the workplace. I mean,
Because you think a lot of people who run the oil and gas companies are going to be the Rich man from Richmond.
Well, again, it just depends on your career field. I knew that I was gonna stick in. Well, I thought that I was gonna stick in construction. If I
You're constructing music. It's
if I
different
go to
construction.
work for someone again, it will be in construction. That's what I like to do. So it just wasn't gonna be a problem for me, but it's not for everybody. And to be fair, if ever I had a change of heart and wanted to go into finance, it may end up being a problem. But
And I do think there are some tattoos that look really sweet. Like there are some sweet looking things.
Yeah. It's the
NBA
time and
players.
effort to go through all that.
Well,
I
it's
just couldn't do it.
it does take longer than people think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this was like 2 hours.
Yeah. The funny thing is that my TS tattoo was supposed to be red and black, and I'm such an impatient person that I was just like, how much longer?
It wasn't,
Like,
it wasn't that he was impatient.
Oh,
He
it
didn't
was-
bring his other money.
It was gonna be.
It was
the full on-
$125. I had 85, and I was like, that's fine. No shade needed. He goes, we'll come back when you have the money. I'll see you later. And I was like,
So it was gonna be
12
the
years
full
ago.
on red and black, like what we normally see.
and then no, it
Why don't you
really
get it
was. I was
filled? Like,
huh?
why don't you go get it taken care of?
Man, yeah, I realized that.
You're
I'd rather
soft.
spend my it hurt.
See, you just needed more meat on your bicep because I barely felt it, bro.
It was just that annoying. It was like a pick. I was
No,
like,
so the only way it varies in severity depending on where on your body, but the only way I can describe it is if you've ever had a really bad sunburn. Now imagine somebody scratching the sunburn
basically
over and over
Exactly.
again for like an hour straight. Like that's what it feels. So like, does it hurt? Yeah,
It's
it's
annoying.
not like a pain that I'm gonna like overly react
It's
to, but it's
annoying.
just ongoing, and it does get
Yeah.
old. And people don't understand how much you sweat. Do you remember that when you get
Yeah.
a tattoo, bro? I was laying down for this one.
I thought
I
my
was
blood
laying down,
pressure
had my
was
arm up on
running.
this thing. When I got up, I was just stuck to the bench. Disgusting. I think it's just your body trying
You're
to
definitely
fight
not
off what's
getting-
happening to it.
Michael's like, I'm definitely not getting one.
I don't think pain bothers me that much. I'm not. I'd get it. I get
not
my
the
shading
pain.
done.
Michael's one of those guys that's like, you don't want to get in a fight with me, bro. When I get in a fight, everything goes red, and I wake up the next day.
No,
Yeah,
I
I feel
just.
no pain.
It's not the pain thing
But you know,
about
they
it. I mean,
they do tattoos right now where they put you under and like they work on you for
you
hours.
would know that.
Yeah.
You would have found that research somewhere.
Yeah, it's
Alex
crazy.
is like, how to make tattoos hurt less.
Well, I mean, all these NBA players. Well, you gotta have some money because they're anesthesiologists are actually coming in and putting you under,
Well,
and then going 16 to 18 hours of a tattoo so you can wake up and your tattoo's done. I
they
mean,
do tattoos on the white part of your eyes. Like, you can't be
Yeah.
awake for some of that stuff.
yeah,
The pain is that intense.
I would not do that ever.
yeah. Okay, well, we can all agree. But
Unless you're tattooing some very specific parts of my body.
Like
I
the-
do not want to go under for that.
Like the bottom of my feet.
Oh no!
Oh.
Well, so I
That
just
would
saw a
tickle
video
and
of that.
hurt
No,
at
no,
the
no!
same
I
time.
saw a video of that, and this guy is tattooing this lady's foot on the bottom, and she is just recording it, smiling, and they actually said,
She's a psychopath.
is she human or normal? You know, and they made a little caption because she has zero reaction to it, and the guy was just tattooing like a phrase on the bottom of her foot, and she just was sitting there. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
And they questioned
Like,
whether she was human or not because she
Yeah.
just sat there.
Yeah.
Like how is that the next level?
because she can't be human. She is definitely from another planet.
That makes
Michael.
sense. I thank you for clarifying that.
It was.